Hello, welcome to the BushCraft Medic. I am the BushCraft Medic. Thank you very much for taking the time to stop and watch this channel. This is my very first YouTube video on this channel, and I'm hoping that it's a good introduction to myself so that you guys can get to know me and hopefully we can start building a dialogue. This channel is designed to allow me to express my views, my philosophy, some gear reviews, and impart a little knowledge on some stuff I may know that you might not, as well as allow you to see my journey from a very young novice bushcraft person to hopefully a much more experienced bushcraftman. To give you a little bit of my background, my pedigree, I am a former United States Marine. I served for a bit and I really enjoyed it. I got out and I continued doing a lot of tactical training and tactical shoots in different civilian organizations. I've done martial arts, different martial arts, regardless of how you see me here. That's deceptive. I've done a lot of judo, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian and Japanese. With my friend Shaun of the Dead, I did some Yunhua, which is a Taekwondo Hapkido derivative, and I am currently in some Sistema. It's actually a combative club. We all get together and we basically help teach each other different techniques. I'm really enjoying that. Moving past my martial background, whether it be firearms or combat, the other big aspect of my interest have always been, that self-reliant stage. And that's kind of what got me into bushcrafting. It's also what got me into my second part of my name, Medic. I was going to school for my pharmaceutical doctorate. My brother, I was a manager at a fast food restaurant, GM, and I didn't want to do that for 7 years. My brother was like, hey man, come check this out. I'm an EMT. We're going to really like this. And I said, okay, I'll go do that. Dude, I loved it. I love being a medic. I went into the paramedic program. I'm a paramedic. I'm really enjoying it. And back to the topic of self-reliance, and I'll tie that into bushcrafting here in a second. In all these things, in firearms or martial arts or medic, bushcrafting, the whole concept is you are responsible for yourself. A bad situation comes at you, and you get ready to take it on head on, and it's just you, and at the end of the day you're answerable for your results. In a bad situation where someone comes at you and you have a firearm, you try to tell them stop, don't, they come at you, hey, you take that action, and you take immediate decisive action, and that determines whether or not. Martial arts, same thing. Hey man, I don't want to fight. You bring it in, you talk, you hit. You're taking that decisive action, and it goes to the core of, what got me into the military. I like being that guy. I like, taking the fates by the reins and deciding my own fate. As a medic, I don't get to do that for myself, with the exception of some stitches. I got 10 stitches the other day. That's another story. I'll tell you about that later. You're showing up to someone's very worst day. And, they've been in a car accident, or their kid's in the back seat, or they're having a heart attack. And you know what? You better put your fears, your insecurities, your indecisions, toss them out the back window, because you better be on. You better be decisive. It doesn't matter what your action is. Hopefully it's the right one. But an action now is better than no action, or an action later. So you get to go and you turn it out. And if you did your job right, if you are competent in what you do, you just saved somebody's life. And that to me is, that reliance, that ability to make a difference. Bushcrafting kind of encompasses all of that, and maybe not in the action, but in the spirit. In bushcrafting, you're tossed out into a wilderness survival or an urban survival situation, and you have very minimal tools. You are what you brought on your pack. And if you're a big guy like I am, and like I said, I'm big, but don't let that deceive you. Dude, you can hump what? 60 pounds? Maybe a little more? Personally, I cut down my load to about 35 pounds because I'm not in the same shape I was in the Marine Corps. So I have 35 pounds of gear to make a life. And if you know what you're doing with bushcrafting, that's more than enough. That's an abundance. You should be able to do it with just this. This is my all-in-one little kit. If I had nothing but this, I feel pretty confident that I'd be okay. for a short amount of time out in the wilderness or urban setting. For an extended stay with what's in my pack, dude, I feel pretty I feel pretty good. Going back, I want an opportunity to explore that aspect of self-reliance, to show you guys, that you don't have to be a stud, you don't have to be a pro, you don't have to be anything other than what you are. All you have to do is decide to take some action. That's what I've done. So, like I said, goals are going to be to, give you some of my philosophy, some of my, experiences, some of my thoughts on, anything from tactics to bushcrafting on this channel. I hope to bring you guys on a journey with me from, a very novice bushman to a more experienced bushman. I hope to impart on you a little medical knowledge, whether we're talking about airway breathing circulation, or whether we're talking about CPR or using a defib, or a ton of other things that you guys need to know. Anaphylactic shock, if you're talking about heat stroke, burns. These are things that you guys should know. And sometimes that knowledge just isn't as readily available. Also, I'd like to make a shout out to my inspirations getting me into bushcrafting. These are guys that I don't know them, but I've seen enough of their videos. I'm very diligent. I read, I review videos over and over and over again, trying to absorb that knowledge. And I would like to go ahead and give a special shout out to the late Ron Hoods. Guys, if you don't know who Ron Hood is, check him out. He's the Woodmasters, Hood's Woods. I tell you to download his videos, but the fact of the matter is, that man gives you so much knowledge. The cost of his videos are worth it. Go buy them, support his family. You will not regret it. You will learn so much. Dave Canterbury, man, you put out a fantastic YouTube channel. Man, Pathfinder is fantastic. He gives you so much knowledge for free online, and he's so innovative. He brings the new, meshes it with the old. It's phenomenal. Also, some inspirations have been Les Stroud. The dude's a total badass, going out there by himself with just a video camera. Rock on, dude. I've been watching your other stuff on the Discovery Channel. Phenomenal. I like Michael Hawk showing, teaching his wife as he goes. Man, he's great. I'm not a huge Bear Grylls fan, but the dude has some balls, and he's very entertaining to watch. And, of course, Ray Mears. Dude, he's one of the original badass bushmen. Last but definitely not least, this man was a legend. Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, dude, that dude made the insane look completely awesome. And he might have specialized with animals, but he was a world-class bushman. Anyways, guys, I'm going to start with a couple of reviews here in a bit, give you guys a little bit of my philosophy videos here in another little bit. I hope that you guys will subscribe, and hopefully you guys will enjoy going on my journey with me. Oh, by the way, this is an HD camera. A lot of my other stuff will be done on my iPhone when I'm out in the woods, and hopefully you guys will like what you see. Thank you. BushCraft Medic out.